Good evening, everyone. I hope it is audible to all. So once again, welcome back for a masterclass. Participants, does anybody have doubt regarding the previous sessions just posted? Participants having any doubt means you can just post it. Ready to explain. Good evening all. Any doubts? Doubts can be posted. And guys, I hope everyone is enjoying with each and every day with different projects. Think we have covered a lot kind of stuffs on this very short days itself. Guys, if you're just showing that particular interest, you can just put in the chat as interested with heart. So therefore, we'll be able to collect a lot of feedbacks. So our complete team is monitoring all the feedbacks, like how you guys are getting interested onto this kind of each and every projects or technical wise, which provides us more motivations so that we'll be able to conduct more amount of classes in this manner. That's why. Good evening all. Yes, good evening. Just a moment, guys. Okay. Yes, I'm doing good, Madhav Bogra. So happy. Just need you all support only. Internship certificate, once you guys complete the internship, only you will be able to get it. You, Banu, thanks for this compliment. I like it. Hey, fine. I hope everyone is clear with all the day classes. So we have completed till day 18, and today it's day 19. So till day 18, I hope it is clear for everyone, which makes more, what to say, the clarity with multiple functions inside the OpenCV, along with the deep learning, and along with that particular machine learning. So overall, we have worked with many integrations in Python. So this kind of each and every day's project, some new components will be adding it. Okay, like previously in Emotion, we came to know HDFI model. Then the same thing we have just changed inside the DNN. Then we came to know regarding towards that respective vehicle counting. So how that particular vehicle speed estimation along with the DNN. Then a normal dense layer we have worked. So this is not only we can say that different things inside a simple deep learning. So if we start to work on the multiple projects only, we will come to know that. Okay. So about Pandaka short note, like we provide educational equipment for all the engineering institutions. For all the engineering institutions and on the departments of artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, computer science engineering, information technology, electronics and communication, electrical and electronics, electrical and instrumentation, and robotics. We also provide a technical training for all the people those are interested to learn the technology. Either it is one person or one group of persons, and at the same time we also provide prototypes and do it yourself kind of kits for their practice in the form of the live practice and online guidance. So those who are interested to learn or interested to work with some of the kits means you can just contact us. Our vision is to help 10 million students to learn technologies in easy way. So I think you all guys will be helping us to learn particular technologies in an easy way. So if your friends are struggling in order to learn something, you can just share our particular links, whatever the classes or whatever the streams they are going on. For EV, you can go with machine learning, and in your regional languages like Telugu. So we have started with machine learning Telugu. I think today it will be the last day. But anyway, those videos will be available. You can just share to your friends. Those who are interested, they can learn. And some advancements in Python, those things also you can learn. So if they are not able to reach means you can make them to reach. So through some students or your friends will start to learn for their career growth. Yeah. So moment, let me check regarding the camera issues. So there was an issue with camera. Okay, fine. So important announcement to everyone, like the attendance form will be issued from the time of 8 to 8:15 p.m. Then e-certificate will be provided at end of the series, and 25 days attendance is required to get free masterclass participation certificates. Okay, so this are the mandatory announcements. And for everyone, those who are attending through internship, they will be providing these facilities like downloadables, project codes, and exclusive video with detailed explanation. And along with the attendance is not mandatory over there, and access period will be provided for 60 days from the time of payment. So Avinash is looking for my salary package, but anyway, I'm happy with that. So on to that particular concept of artificial intelligence we have completed. We have gone with some image and video processing and deep learning algorithms. Currently we are going with the deep learning algorithms. So after this deep learning algorithms, we will be starting with speech recognition using artificial intelligence and NLP. So the basic techniques in NLP and how to work on that particular NLP with AWS as well as Microsoft Azure. So this is the entire 30 days masterclass agenda. Participants, welcome you all for this today's particular masterclass. Today we are going to see traffic sign recognition using deep learning. So onto the traffic sign itself, we will be just learning the technologies like darknet as well as YOLO architecture. So many of them might have heard this particular names. So onto that particular darknet, what is a darknet, or very simple way of darknet? So there is no such a detailed review on that particular darknet, but inside that we have to know, because whenever if it is getting trained with YOLO, darknet is required. So until unless darknet is not there, it is not possible. The same way if you are going with TensorFlow means there is no requirement of darknet. The same way if you are going with PyTorch also, they are not using this darknet. So the darknet is applied in the rare format only. So from that particular rare format, here we have to just integrate each and every parts. So onto that particular parts only we have to know what is darknet, what it contains, what are the package over there, and why we are using that. And along with that, the YOLO architecture also we will be knowing. So throughout that YOLO architecture, how it differs from other kinds of functions. So that also we will come to know today. So what are the problems? Why we are taking this particular traffic sign recognition as a type of projects? Because for visual, when we take for the visuality, so during that particular visuals, the blind people, it is not accessible over there because they won't be able to see. And even though if they are able to see means only some kind of parts, like some shadow type, onto the shadow type only those people will be able to see. The same way if we go for the traffic rules, especially for autonomous vehicles, we have to train that particular traffic rules towards the vehicle. So in that particular way, we have to just know regarding why this traffic sign should be recognized. So these are the two problems which we are facing. If you are able to make the system to recognize the traffic rules means, therefore we can provide a blind assistance. The systems for blind assistance people, we will be able to make it, and at the same time we can also create in the form of if we add this package or if we add this particular function onto autonomous vehicle means whenever it is automatically driving, if it is 60 km/h, the board is there means Therefore, the vehicle will be slowing down to 60 kilometers per hour, and if it is 30 means 30. If it is school zone means, then again the speed will be maintained. Then speed bump, the speed again the speed will be maintained. And at the same time, if it is hospital means, it will just detect. If you want to go for the hospital means, it will check for the hospital way, nearby hospital, not a proper hospital, the nearby hospital. And the same thing, if it is stop sign means, it will stop, and no parking means it won't park over there. So those kind of problems we'll be able to avoid with the help of this kind of function. So once whenever we are going on this problems, so the work of an engineer is to solve the problem, so to find a solution for that particular problem. So once when we are integrating for this kind of different problems means, therefore we have to know like how it should be applied. So for that we have taken a factor as artificial intelligence. So through that we will be able to integrate this kind of parts which provides us a detailed kind of functions. Okay, so therefore first we have to know what is darknet. So this is an open source inside the neural network which contain the various of hyperparameters and a darknet function. Sorry, darknet is a package name, hidden layers function, and it also easily supports for C program, which is written in C program, as well as which is applicable for graphics. Okay, so whenever we are just training that particular images, this provides a backend support for the YOLO architecture, which trains the data in minimum GPU or minimum CPU. So from that particular minimum or major kinds of GPU and CPU, it will be computing that entire data set, and throughout that particular data set we will be able to collect the entire function. So throughout that functions we can extract that hidden layers and the hyperparameters what and all we want to train for a particular artificial intelligence. So through that artificial intelligence integrations we have to know in which way it will be just focusing on. Okay, so for that only the focusing means it comes under for YOLO architecture. So inside that YOLO architecture, we have a number of layers. Like inside the darknet, we have to take the neural networks, means the hidden layers will be like for YOLO version 2 or 1. I'm not sure. For that, it has having some amount of 19 layers. And the same thing, the latest darknet layers are nothing but 53 layers are available. So throughout that particular 53 layers means, here we will be able to just collect that different data. So it will be able to take or train that neural network like in an each and every nook and corner. That much amount of data it will be able to collect. So with that particular data set, we have to extract that particular features, and we have to match the data, and we have to obtain that particular required optimization and the accuracy of the output. So from that only we have to make it as a product. Okay, so this training part, it will be happening either inside the CPU as well as GPU, and within the training part of GPU and CPU, from that it will be extracted, and from that extraction only we have to know what and all that multiple applications will be done. Now many of them will be thinking what kind of neural network it will be having. So wherever if we go, everything will be having the convolutional neural network only. So through that particular convolutional neural network, we will be able to make a consistent layers, and from that consistent layers, we will be able to train a huge amount of data sets. Huge amount in the sense 10,000 or 1 lakh millions. So like the kind of many data sets we will be able to apply. So through that many data sets, we will be able to integrate, and we will be able to call for each and every functions. And from that functions, we have to integrate that different parts. So for that only, here it has been mentioned in the form of a control system itself. So initially there will be a huge amount of data which is known as the detection layer. So like I will mark for each and every parts. So this portion, it is known as the detection layer, which will be the last part. Okay, and here this is known as the input. So the input layer, and which is known as the residual block. So throughout that particular residual block, it will be transferring to the multiple residual block, and here we can see that dot. So this dot indicates like this residual block itself consistently it is available. Okay, so from that residual block we will be having a particular layer. So at 79th layer, not 79th, at 82nd, so 82 layer, we will be having an option called as deduction layer, because at this layer we will be having a small deduction for confirmation purpose. Then again it moves on with unsampling layer and a residual block, and once again it stops at 94th. So from that particular 94th layer, therefore we have to just go on the same process by increasing the stride and increasing the decreasing the stride and increasing the scale. Okay, so from that particular increasing of scales means we will be able to normally extract that particular data, and from that particular data we will be able to integrate with that final scale, because the final scale it will be at third part and the stride will be at 8. So in this range only the YOLO architecture will be implemented along with the deep learning, because whatever the residual block which we are searching for, those residual blocks and all integrated for the functions of convolution layers only. Now in between you might have seen some symbols like addition, then multiplications. Okay, so these kind of symbols, what are the purpose means, the only reason is for concatenating the convolution layer, adding the multiple convolution layer. And once if we complete one set of deduction means we have to concatenate, like continue, that continuation should be taken for the other residual blocks. That is the reason we have applied for the concatenation over there. So through this concatenations only we will be able to collect the entire group of data with multiple scale, and finally for the normal video whatever we are uploading into that video capture, through that itself it will be able to recognize the object. So in this way only the YOLO architecture completely it is being applied. So does anybody having a doubt till here, you can just post it, ready to explain. And once again the particular detailed explanation step by step will be provided, that too for block diagram. So those are interested to join for our combo courses, you can just join, and this offer will be available only till New Year. I think till Jan 2nd, I hope so. So within that, those who are interested, you can just grab this offer. So participants having any doubts, you can just post it. The last layer, it is known as deduction layer. Yes, once again the explanation will be there. Still any doubts? Any doubts means can be posted. Suganya Govindraj, you can just contact on 98409 74408. Can we write a darknet in Python? No, that's not possible. It's written in C. It's written in C programming. It is an open source which is provided for C. Image processing means screen capture tool, sir. No, image processing means converting one form of image into another. That is known as image processing. Okay, so Arka Prava Ghosh enjoying the masterclass, and this is your second masterclass series. I'm planning to take combo 1. Yes, you are always welcome. Cool. Controller MATLAB lower version code is easily run in higher version of MATLAB, but it's not true in case of Python. Why it is so? No, for both it is same only. There is no such kind of lower version or higher version of code. Actually, in MATLAB versions it differs. If you are still using 2014 means it won't accept in 2021, and the 2021 code won't be accepted in MATLAB 2014. So like that kind of things are there. The same thing in Python means if you are going with different versions means for all the versions the same thing. There is no change at all. If you guys want to learn darknet means you have to go step by step only. By applying its each and every layer, we have to move on to that. No, sorry, we don't have AutoCAD class. In future, we may be introducing. I hope so. Okay, fine. So now we have seen such an overview of that particular layers. So inside that the darknet itself will be having the 53 layers, and with that particular 53 layers it will be just increasing that towards till 94 until 98 kind of range. The reason is its convolution layers will be providing that particular residual block over there. So how that YOLO it will be working means, therefore you only look at once. Okay, the same thing if you go for mobile nets means mobile net and SSD. Okay, mobile net means it is working for some hardware embedded based. If you want to detect means for that only the mobile net. SSD means single shot detector, which we have seen previously, so that within a single frame it will be able to detect what is that particular object. And if you go for that YOLO means you only look at once. So this is the two difference between that particular abbreviations of their names. It's not a difference, abbreviation of the names. But in YOLO, how that particular process, like what we have seen inside the architecture, So this will be that particular input, okay, input of that image. So throughout that particular input, it has to move on towards the multiple layers like what we have seen. The next thing, it will be moving on towards the respective hidden layers only. So those hidden layers will be starting with residual block. Okay, so let us consider this residual block. So residual, and from that particular residual, it will be keeping on continuing. Okay, the continuation will be there at some saturation point, and in that particular saturation point, for the first parameter, we will be having a breakage, which is known as the detection. Okay, so this residual will be working with the help of the operator addition. Why the addition means? Because all the residual should be added into a single layer or the single value. So that's why the residual will be added. And upon to the detection means, because once when we are training, it will be just checking whether the features are currently matching and how much about it is able to match over there. So therefore only the detection layer. After completing this residual purpose, it will be moving on to the detection part. Detection. Now from this detection, we have another one layer which is known as unsampling. So sampling means removing the unwanted parts, because if we remove that unwanted parts means inside the residual, it will be just targeting only that particular image, okay, only that respective object. So again we have to unsample that particular layer. What is the purpose of unsampling means? Bringing back that particular environment. Then only wherever the scale or that particular image it is being detected means at that particular reach, we will be able to collect that entire data. So like if we just go on, you can start with the unsampling. So throughout that particular unsampling, it will be passing out. But one thing we have forgot to discuss, like the scale, because initially the scale will be always in a low part. Why the reason for the low part means all the images has been pre-processed and compressed one. So from that only we are just taking to this architecture. Okay, so therefore it comes under with the low part. So like the scale will be there for 1 until it completes the first detection layer. Then again it continues. The unsampling layer will be continuing. Okay. Now within that particular unsampling, again we will be having the residual to take the unsampled data in a consistent way. Now from that particular unsampled layer, it moves on towards deduction. Once again the another deduction layer. So here I will mention it as D. Now our scale will be changed as 2. So similarly, this data, whatever the data has been unsampled and residual, it will be concatenated. So concatenated means continuing. So for that only this operator is being applied. Now similarly, once again this operator will be applied to find out the final layer. So again this portion will be repeated. Okay, just I will rotate it. Okay. So now from that particular region, once again it will be applied, which yeah, so now it is visible. Okay. So finally after concatenating it, once again this residual till deduction layer will be there, and this will be the final deduction layer where the image gets recognized over into this particular position. So in this way only the YOLO architecture will be training the data, and it will be solving that kind of all the deep learning issues. So along with means the labeling, annotations, everything will be applied over here. So the next thing is the block diagram. So therefore what we are doing in this particular project means we have a particular pre-trained model for all this training of data set. So with that particular pre-trained models, we will be taking that classification. So we will be providing the input. So input it is taken from camera. So frames will be counted in number of ways, and the layers will be started to reading all the data which is stored in CFG file, weights file, and Cocodot names. So these kind of functions only will be there, and at the same time the data sets. So inside the data sets, all the data will be pre-processed, feature extracted, and will be trained into the model. So this particular trained model only we are having the form of data set, and once the layers after segregating and within that the features is extracted, then it will start to compare with the trained model. These two features, whenever it is getting matched, at that time for us the classification will be obtained. So within that particular classification only, it will annotate the respective region, and within that region it will mention the score, so how much it is getting matched in the form of percentage, and within that you only look at once, we will be able to get the respective output within a fraction of a second. So this is what completely works regarding towards the integrations of traffic sign. So here we will be just training only the traffic sign images. Completely it comes for traffic sign part. So inside the darknet we are having the data. So those full data like this and all will be that images. So H, which stands for hospital, no parking, or wrong way. So no parking, it is separate, it is wrong way, and therefore stop sign, This was stop sign. Randomly it has been training that respective regions over there, and onto that respective regions we will be having that data also, the school zone. So which data sets has been trained for more number of times, those data sets only we will be able to recognize it. So this is for full data set only. For test as well as train, both it is available. Okay, and the backup is taken in the form of weights file. So CFG, and along with the CFG, what and all it has been trained means you can see stop sign, yield, construction sign, crossing, handicap, median, no parking, and speed bump. So this and all only we will be able to apply for this traffic sign detection. Now from that particular traffic sign detection, I will be able to show you some different options. So like as an overview, you can see this is just a simple Python code. So like NumPy, ArcParse, CV2, math, iteration tools. So we are calling all our functions and saved trained files. So from that, this and all for argument. So once when we start through the terminal, it will be able to collect the data. Then the classes it will open through that particular darknets and DNN files. So therefore cv2.dnn and read net from darknet. So that's why only we are specially taking the darknet along with computer vision itself it is having, since it is a deep learning part. And the same thing, it is preferable target over here. So now we are turning on the video capture. So I am going to show you the live video capture. So I will search some files towards my phone. So like through web pages I can take. I will show photos in front of it. So first I would like to take a handicap road sign. So I hope everyone is able to see that. Okay. So now onto that particular same thing. I'm going to run, and I will be just turning off the camera. So now I am just going to execute it. For this also I am using Anaconda Navigator only, which makes me more comfortable to run in the form of argument. So you can take any domain, and not domain, the environment. I am taking one deep learning domain which contains OpenCV and deep learning parts. I have copied the data path. CD try YOLO, like it's that particular folder name. I'm just logging to it. Now calling the Python. This will be that number. So it will start the camera streaming now. Yeah, so it is fantastically visible. So now it is detecting the handicap of 0.97. So if we take it in percentage means it comes under 100%, almost 90 percentage. Okay, so like that, if I take other image of hospital road sign, just I'm showing in front of it. It is able to recognize that hospital over there. And therefore, the same thing we go for the stop sign. According to me, stop sign is the best sign. So no parking. So in this way only we will be just working with different deep learnings, especially to recognize that respective parts inside neural network. Still any doubts means you can just post it. What is the use of this? Simple. The use of this is to assist the autonomous vehicle and at the same time for blind peoples. If we add some text to speech means the blind people will be able to hear what and all it is road sign it is detecting. So for this kind of sections only this deep learning can be used or utilized. Unsampling means to restructure that or increase the scale of a sampled data. And residual means it is a perspective layer through which the filtering or concatenation, all kinds of process will be applied. The purpose of residual layer means it will collect the complete data. Okay, whenever the image is passing through the data means it will consistently scatters all the parts of images. How residual and unsampling concatenates? It will be concatenating using multiplication operator. The process So once you guys start to practice, you will be able to getting to know this kind of techniques. Still any doubts? We cannot train the sound, whereas we can get text to speech conversion. That is possible. Okay. So today's news is, so whatever I have read in Hindu. Okay. So in that the use of robots, artificial intelligence in defense applications, they are going to increase it. Okay. So this particular value will be increased, and therefore we can see many kinds of artificial intelligence assistance for security layers, or we can also see for assisting layers, training, simulators. So this kind of things and all in coming years we'll be able to see. For that, our government also has started to apply the supports. Are there any doubts, participants? So those who are interested to join internship, you can just join, and the combo packs are also available for everyone. And this offer will be available only till the new year. Okay. So participants, I hope everyone is clear with this. So those who have any doubts, you can just contact to this number 9840974408. Regarding all your queries, we will be attending. So don't get tensed that we just did not attend your calls or don't replies. Definitely the WhatsApp replies you will be receiving. Okay, guys, then thank you all. See you soon tomorrow at the same time. Okay, guys, then thank you all.